Hi, I'm Amber Moore. I want to thank you, Paula, and the Real Women of Philadelphia for joining me again in my kitchen today. What's the question that everyone asks late afternoon? What's for dinner? So tonight I'm going to be making stuffed pork chops using Philadelphia's Italian cheese and herb cooking cream. In addition to the Philadelphia cooking cream, I'm also using 4 cloves of garlic diced, a half cup of sweet orange peppers chopped, a half cup of onion chopped, and 7 ounces of baby organic spinach roughly chopped. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to get this recipe started is to prepare our pork chops. Now what I did was I took a center cut pork roast and cut it into 1.5 inch thick pork chops. Okay, so you just want to slice into each pork chop a pocket. You don't want to go all the way through because then you'll end up with everything inside just oozing out. So we want to keep all that Philadelphia cooking cream in there. So you have a nice pocket, just like that. And now just going to season with some salt and pepper on both sides. And continue to do that with all the other chops. Now it's time to get our stuffing ingredients together. Okay, so I have my baby organic spinach here that I'm using, and I've already washed it, so I'm just roughly chopping it before I saute it up in the pan with the onions and the garlic. And just doing that helps so you don't have huge pieces of spinach falling out of the pork chop, and everything will cream together nicely. Let's put in about 1.5 tablespoons of butter so we can get that melted down for the spinach and the garlic and the onions. And put all the onions in there. Love that sound. Give it a little stir to get in with the butter. Make sure your pan is on a medium heat so it doesn't just brown up. You kind of want to just soften the onion down a little bit right now. We're also going to add in our 4 cloves of garlic. Get that going. Okay, next we're going to add in our sweet orange pepper so we can get that softened. Okay, so the last ingredient we're going to add right here is our chopped spinach. And it's already washed, so it's the water on it is just going to wilt it down a little bit. And you just want to cook it down to all wilts. And it creates this beautiful mix of color that's going to go great against the pork chop. It's an artistic piece in itself. Okay, so now about 3 or 4 minutes and it's wilted down. We're ready to take it over to our other bowl to add the cooking cream to it. Look how gorgeous that looks, right? Okay. The great thing about this is you're also adding some vegetables into the pork chops. Gotta have your vegetables. Okay, so now we're gonna put our cooking cream in to our spinach mixture. Get that all in there. It's nice to add a little creaminess to your everyday life. I think it adds a little bit of zest, a little bit of fun. Okay, so now we've got the whole package. Stir it all together. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so now we're going to stuff our pork chops with our yummy creamy mixture of the spinach and the cooking cream before we sear it on the pan to cook it. You just want to get it into the pocket. You don't want to overstuff it because you want all that yumminess to stay right inside. Alright, now we're ready to sear our pork chops. I have melted a good, yummy 2 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of this pan, and now I'm adding some fresh rosemary. You know what's so wonderful is that I have this rosemary from our herb garden out back. And if you freeze them, you can have them all year round. It's so great. I love it. Now I'm going to make some rosemary butter, get that going a little bit. And now just going to bring the pork chops over and get them right into the pan. That's about 3 in here. And get them nice and browned up on each side. Okay, so now we've got this going, and it just smells so good. That butter melting in there with that rosemary, searing up the pork chops. I just can't wait to try this, and we're gonna let it go for about 6 minutes on each side, and we should be done. Oh my gosh, these look stunning. Look at that golden brown color. Beautiful. Okay, so before I put the pork chops in the pan, I close them with a toothpick. But now they're done, they're ready, they're crispy brown on the outside, tender on the inside. They are ready to be eaten, and I'm ready to try it. So let's get to it. Cut myself a nice piece here and get all the inside, the pork chop. It was such a great combination of the pork and the spinach and of course the cooking cream of Philadelphia. So now you know, what's for dinner?